I want to hide and even disappear, but not in the poetic way. I mean actually hide and even disappear. I don't think in a poetic way. Would you rather be normal or weird? I'd rather be with you. When we lose control of ourselves and forget how to love, it's going to be broken, a nightmare, twisted. There is something inside of me that is ready to be unleashed on the world. Pure disbelief that this is the life we've been given. My name is Serenity, the girl you will find silently walking through these hallways, the same expression on my face. Pure disbelief that this is the life we've been given. We're just kids. Why are our lives already broken? I want to sleep without fear of violence, the way it was when everything was handed to me. I write poems in every classroom and every hallway. Do you believe in life after death? I believe that death is what there always is, and ever shall be world without end. I heard my mom say that God would heal me of my bipolar disorder, that God would take away everything. But I don't want it taken away. I don't want to lose who I am. If you want to know who I am, just listen to the Spotify playlist I sent you. Listen to them and think very carefully about the lyrics. Kids like us mold ourselves after bands because there's something worth expressing. I am at peace at a rock concert in which my favorite local bands play. It's like going to church and being healed. The only way to listen is to feel the same things the other person is feeling. I tried to find someone online who was feeling the same thing as I was feeling, who I could relate to, going on dating websites, answering questions. It's always those people who just want to hook up for a moment, who just want to feel someone close against their skin. And I don't hold it against them at all. In fact, I would welcome that. But at the same time, I couldn't find anyone I wanted to talk to. And there's always thoughts about how we got to this point in existence. Every molecule came together. The friction and love brought us here. We can stand anywhere, look at the city skyline, and see the river, see the water, feel the wind against my skin, feeling almost at peace. However, you are not here with me. I have a feeling if I died tomorrow, I would miss you very much. Here's a list of 5 things I could never live without. I couldn't live without you here listening. And that leads to more than 5 things, which is my list. Part of me wants to grow older and know what it's like to be in my mid-30s. I'm not sure how far I'll make it. The news still disturbs me every day. We used to complain about how bad the news on TV was when it was fine, when it was far away from us. But now it's closer to home. And everyone freaks out when that happens. When it's someone else's country, like Syria, no one cares. But when our world is shattered, when our country loses what it has, we thought it never could be destroyed, but here we are. And I'm writing this on the last day of high school. Instead of celebrating with people who should have been my friends. I never alienated myself from anyone, but it is still so hard to connect. Except when I'm talking to you. When that happens, everything comes so naturally. Everything seems so in place. Thank you for calling me a thoughtful person. It's nice to hear that there is some value when I'm sitting in the back of the room, either writing this poem or reflecting, staring at the walls or the lights on the ceiling. And then, when school is over, I go outside and stare at the sky and eventually the stars without blinking, watching each day fade into the other. The stars suddenly appear out of nowhere. The sky turns black a night. The sky is still blue even when we can't see it. If I were to die tomorrow, I think I would make it a point to haunt everyone, to see what happens with their lives. It would be all things to all people. And I've had enough of America. Not only have I had enough of America, but of any country that divides its citizens into categories, left, right, color or creed, or one that is better than the other, because a little while after this, we should have stepped back and said, "We're all the same. We all become nothing. Why are we arguing?" At the convention, the presidential candidate makes a speech. In some ways, the president should be a representation of what the people feel as a whole. And I feel so many things at once that I could encapsulate all those people. And I'm very serious when I say this. A list of things I did today. I walked by numerous people in the hallways. My gaze was pushed down toward the floor. I remember trying to do my homework assignments, and I had a dream every night that when I get up, I'm forgetting to do something. But when I wake up, I still realize it's true. That I cannot concentrate enough to do what I'm supposed to do, and I don't even know where I'll be going to college, or what I will be doing in the next 5 years. But the question I ask is, why does it cost so much to be alive? Every single day, it is so easy to be on the street when so many people are wealthy. Some have so much and some have nothing. I will demonstrate this poverty in my words using only simple language, because even when language is simple, you can still resonate with it. You can still inhale it into yourself and fill in the blanks with information from your own life. I don't believe abstractions are bad. I believe abstractions are what keep us together, because we can all fit ourselves into those abstractions. And this is what I believe about eternity. Eternity not only takes its time, eternity takes all time. It destroys everything until there's nothing at all left. Remember my words when I am dead, that I am now nothing. If you are reading this after my death. I am always asked why I'm so obsessed with death, and then I ask the opposite. How can you not be obsessed with death? How can you not think about death every minute of your life? That is the only way to live a full life, to realize that death is coming. And do I want to sit at a desk for the rest of my life and do mundane work at a mundane job? Because even the president told us, you're not going to make it as what you want to become. You're not going to become a musician or rapper or poet. Do not follow what you want to become. Never follow your dreams. After all, you just need a mundane job. And at night, you dream that you were doing what you wanted to do your entire life when you were younger, but that will never happen. And the thought comes into my mind again. It costs so much to be alive. And some people have so much, but they will never give any of it away. I'm not saying the government should take things from the rich and give to the poor. I'm saying you who are rich, give to the poor. There once was a time when I went crazy, out of my mind, and was surprised the way the doctor treated me. How insulting she was. How she didn't care about my problems, but just wanted a check. I'm not kidding. She had me on all of the wrong drugs. She succeeded at nothing, but even through all of the strong emotions constricting and exploding, I don't even know what I want. I gave up on finding God a long time ago. I will write stories and poems about fictional characters who live in a more exciting time than me. Even during the Great Depression, people were still looking up instead of looking down at their phones. And we were better off then for that reason alone. I once had a creative writing class. I was told because my writings jump around so much, no one would ever read them or concentrate on them. But thought is what matters. You thinking my thoughts, you knowing what my thoughts are, and I also respecting yours. It doesn't matter if we can't understand how they are coherent or arrive at conclusions, but we should think and remember that we are breathing. I think that when you are dead, you will be jealous of the ones who are breathing. But when you're dead, you won't actually be anything at all. Pain, thank you for giving me a reason to look up from my phone. Pain, you are the only one I will let inside me, and let you have anything you want from me. I think it is better to fall headfirst into you. the first thing I want to say about forever is that we will never meet again. I will never feel you pain again until after my death. We will never talk again or sit on the curb and watch the cars go by. We will never sit in a car and hold hands or walk the streets together again. We will never talk about what it's like to be friends or to be more than that. We will never feel ecstatic joy or any kind of misery. But pain, remember that you are here with me now. You are here, and you are sticking into me like needles. You pierce me and cut me, and then I bleed. And that is the only time I feel joy. I let you inside me to see the insides of me. I let you cut me open and feel me, the only agony that ever brought me joy. It's amazing how you can spend so little time with someone and still have that great of an impact upon each other. You upon me, and me upon you. You're the only one who ever made me feel like a woman, truly loved, like there is someone who wants to be there with me. A reason to escape my room and not look at music magazines all day, or poetry books, but instead, to find what I read about in poetry books. What I hear about in songs, what I've been dreaming about all night long. But for some reason, I never know what I'm feeling is what I should be feeling. You will be my guidance to let me know what is real and what is not. I will show you the world inside my head. But for now, I will fill out the questionnaire on a dating website and never use it again. Do you believe in miracles? I don't know. I will let you cut me until the day I am dead, and every night when I no longer see you, I will go into my room and write poems about you, not necessarily using your name, but having little details about you, little clues here and there, so that everyone will know who you are. And if you ever would leave me and say your love was a lie, I would move on with life for sure, probably find someone else. But never give my heart to that person, never be satisfied. And at the same time, I am always sick of writing about love. I want to write about what I see. But in the world, I do not see love. What do you see? Darkness inhaling the world, swallowing it in one gasp. And now the only option is to pack up and leave, to never come back, to walk away. Where are you going? From empty room to empty room, screaming on a planet where there is no air, not enough friction for anyone to hear me. And then I hear you say, I don't want you to feel misery. I don't want you to hurt. Hold me for one last time. Not one word is melodramatic. Nothing is melodramatic. And the only reason for this is because every word you write will be the only time you write them. Life is like a class we take, in which we all receive a failing grade because our teacher is eternity. Our teacher is only time. It teaches us that the only way to live is to learn how to lose every single thing we have. We will lose the beautiful trees. We will lose the expanding sky. We will lose all socialization and the screens we stare at day and night. We will lose the fame we acquired. We will lose the praise from everyone who likes us. We will lose everything as if none of it happened. So at night, I spend it writing poems, and I only think about you in time and movies I wasn't paying attention to, or can't even remember because of the brain damage that happened during my manic episode. When life was flashing so fast that I don't even know how I got here. It's like I was just instantly there. Closed my eyes. Now I am here. Like when you're sitting at your computer screen one day, you close your eyes. For 1 minute you blink. 3 hours have passed. That is what life is like. You close your eyes. 20 years have passed. You close your eyes. 45 years have passed. You close your eyes and do not open them, because you no longer have eyes or a body. And have you read many books? Studied the information in them, without realizing that all your knowledge will soon be gone? Have you internalized that fact? If you have not internalized that fact, you have no reason to judge me. Internalize that fact first, and then judge me. It's amazing how when you close your eyes, you see the same thing you would be seeing if your eyes were closed in any other city or time in history, or in the arms of any other lover. Close your eyes and your imagination will take you places you never thought you could go. Like when I'm on the floor of my bedroom reading The Wise Man's Fear, thinking about different worlds and what it would be like for me to write my own book. But there is a sadness that comes over me, making me want to lie down in my bed and not get up for a few hours. I just stay there and don't move. When I go to work, I try to imagine economics in action, how we can afford to have so many things, but I don't believe it whenever someone explains to me how it works. We can produce food for years and years, and it is still sustainable. Why is there not enough food for all people? Why does it cost so much to be alive? Why is this planet not infinite? Why do we have today? So I lay back on my bed and close my eyes and think, if we were in any universe with any other laws of nature. When I close my eyes, I'm seeing the same thing, as if we lived in a universe where misery does not exist, where none of this happened. I'm starting to realize why I feel so much. I feel for everyone who lives, because when I see other people being bullied at school, there's nothing I can do to stop it, but I feel the same misery. And afterwards, you might find me walking through the city for a while, several hours contemplating what the homeless are feeling there, staring at skyscrapers, wondering why the English language is never adequate to describe past events or even simple emotions. And I have a huge case of writer's block right now. I have a poem assigned for class tomorrow. I will simply write all my thoughts, realizing that if my thoughts are not good enough now, they will never be good enough, ever. Random disjointed thoughts are more valuable than the ones you think through later. Because these random thoughts you write scribbled on a page, or record your voice with your phone, are more valuable to me than the sonnets written by Shakespeare, more valuable than the most well-thought-out verse ever. The words you whispered to me on the phone late at night were more valuable to me than all of the poet's words. Your words were, I love you. Simple words, but true. More valuable than Dante's Divine Comedy, a true work of spiritual expression and controversy. But your words do not represent spiritual expression. Your words are spiritual expression itself. True connection rather than meditation. I cannot read any more books, because when I sit down to read, I realize there are more important things I could be doing, like spending time with you. They say I'm quiet, but I have a lot to say. Another day will pass. I will walk alone again. I won't think carefully about my words before I commit to them, because I am exhausted of hearing that nothing happened. I will take pictures of everything I see and try to remember. I will stay up writing about what I saw and slowly fall asleep. And in the morning, I will regret what I was trying to do. So these words will be lost forever. And where do words go when they are lost forever? Is there something that defines everything that could have existed but does not? Is there a first principle that underlines everything so that even what never existed is conceptualized? Is there a place where the words are put together that no one could put together, words a supercomputer could not come up with, even if it tried to generate them for 1,000 generations? I am holding on to all of the memories I no longer remember. I hear someone say, "Do you have any regrets, Serenity?" I regret not sitting next to you and not finding out what is inside your soul, and not touching each part of it and falling in love with it. I remember the first time I expressed how I felt, the first time I told you about the needles sinking deep into my skin. Change is elusive. When you had compassion on me and said, "Do not weep." How do we deal with grief and fear? The only way to defeat it is to swim in it, as a sea, and then drown. All of these letters, just binary processed through the computer screen and then printed out on a page. I gave up on trying to find my own happiness a long time ago. I try to imagine what you're feeling right now. The new year comes, and the years follow after that one, and then there will be nothing. Just a scar without you saying anything to me ever again. When we are dead, nothing comes after that.